Hello and welcome to Build Up to a Good Game. I've renamed the Build Up Show because it's always like the Build Up Show. Build Up to a Good Game.
You called it?
Well, Build Up to a Good Game. So
that'd be a good game. How can you say it'd be a good game? Might be rubbish.
Well, we say talk a good game, and it's never a good game, is it? We don't talk a good game. We've not watched a good game, so.
Like you change the title if it's a bad game.
Talk a bad game.
Why not?
Well, complicated, isn't it? Anyway, how you doing?
Me or them in the chat?
You.
I'm all right. You all right?
I'm all right. Yeah, I'm all right. Team news is out in 3 minutes. Team news is 3 minutes away.
I bet you know it, don't you? I bet you know it. Say yes without hinting, without no hints, no funny business.
There is some changes.
Ooh.
There may be a formation change. Ooh. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. There's some changes. You'll find out in 3 minutes. It's officially out in 3 minutes. Right, for those who don't know, for those who are new to the, well, you're all new to this show because we only just titled it today. It's me and Gonzo are new to it. But for you that haven't joined us before, what we do is we'll take a look at the West Ham lineup. We'll take a look at the Everton lineup. Then we'll talk about the fact that Ben Rama's starting. And then it's the rumour. And then we'll talk about the game. We'll do a little bet, which will give away the winnings. And then for 5-10 minutes, we're going to do what we did for the first time in the last build-up. We're going to get very interactive. We're going to be putting your comments on the screen, whether it's your thoughts on the lineup, the thoughts on the Everton lineup, because we'll have a few Everton fans are in the live chat already. Welcome, Evertonians. And score predictions, get it all in, but wait until the end of the show. We're not going to put them up just yet, but Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year, Gonzo. Again, the third time today.
Absolutely. We've said it so many times, it almost feels like next year. But Happy New Year to you again.
Yes, quite. Anyway, rumours is that Saeed Ben Rama starting.
Oh, you keep ruining it. Actually, that's ruined tomorrow's Ben Rama's off video. Oh, right. Good. Actually, good.
If it's true.
Good.
Good as long as it's true. Yeah. good as long as it's true. Anyway, lineups are just a couple of minutes away. I'm feeling okay for this one, Gonzo. I don't know if it's the festive period or something, or the fact that we're sitting all right in the league. It's sort of like, meh. Pressure's off a little bit. I didn't know we had such a big gap between this game and the next game until you told me this morning. And that's actually made me a lot more relaxed for today. I feel like we can play our first 11 and not worry too much about injuries and fatigue and stuff. We're at the end of the fatigue period, if you want. This is the last game. So actually, looking at it and looking at the fact that we've done rotation in the last game, I think he's... I think it's fine. I think it's good for us. I think it's like while Everton have had their rest, like I said in the preview, I do think they're also missing so much players that this is a good time to play Everton. I'd rather play Everton after a week's rest while they're missing Rodriguez, Alan, Lucas Dean, Seamus Coleman, rather than play them after 3 games, but they've got all those players fit, for example. So I think we're okay. We're okay to play Everton today. So,
well, very optimistic. I'm just looking forward to the game. I've got to say, I don't know why. Maybe it's that New Year's spring in my step. I'm not approaching it with trepidation. I do feel that even if he doesn't start, and I would imagine he's not starting, just the inclusion of Mikel Antonio probably gives everybody in and around that squad a lift. Knowing he's on there, seeing him come on as a substitute in the last game, and just do a couple of sprints, maybe even not much more, makes people think, okay, Mickey's back. This is very, very good news for everybody. And, that's not to be discounted, a little extra bit of motivation for everybody. I think it's really good. And as I said in the breakfast show this morning, this is a big game for Moyes here. This is his former club. He's going to want to prove a few people wrong. The rumour had it that he was going to be offered the job. Then Ancelotti came available and he ended up at West Ham. So just human nature. He's going to want to stick 2 fingers up at them and say, look, you got the wrong guy. Not that winning against Everton would do that, but it would make him feel an awful lot better. And I'm all for that.
Anyway, here's the starting 11 that David Moyes thinks is going to allow him to give the 2 fingers up to Goodison Park. Fabianski continues in goal. We continue with a back 4 of Soufal. He comes back into the lineup alongside Craig Dawson, Ogbonna and adding Creswell. So just one change in the back five. We've got a midfield four of Bowen on the right, Rice and Souček in the middle, with Pablo Fornals on the left, with Said Benrahma playing the number 10 role in behind Sebastian Haller. You happy?
Yeah, mainly happy. Yeah, absolutely. Some of our decisions that we wanted are in now. I mean, he perseveres with Fornals on the left. We know why he does it. It gives good cover for Aaron Cresswell, and he had a good, just worked hard as he normally did, and produced some the odd few moments of skill. Fornals, I guess, both of us would rather he wasn't on the left, but as I say, we know why it's done. I quite like the idea of Benrahma not being. It's funny actually. I don't want Fornals to play on the left, but I also don't want Benrahma to play there because I do feel he's limited and he doesn't provide the cover there. So I think giving him that free role, I think is really, really good, and I think he's certainly earned the chance to have a go. I felt that Lanzini was given a chance to have a go in the last one. I don't think the formation and the personnel around him favoured him. I thought the personnel were better in the second time. Probably as Lanzini was going off and all the good players are coming on, he was probably thinking, what's going on? Where's my good players? Don't put me on the bench. But Benrahma does deserve a. I'm excited, actually. Looking forward to that. He ain't going to be on for long, is he?
Yeah, Dylan says it could be Benrahma on the left and Fornals in the middle. It could be. That's why I think it is. I think it's Benrahma in the number 10 role. I have to say, I'm really happy with that lineup, to be honest with you. I'm really, really happy with it. I think defensively it's decent. I would have preferred, if Fornals is on the left, I'm happy with Creswell left back. However, if Benrahma is on the left, I think we need Ben Johnson left back, because I think the left back won't get as much defensive cover from Benrahma, and I think Johnson's a better defender than what Aaron Creswell is. But if you're going to play Fornals there, you almost need a little bit of extra bite from your left back going forward, because Fornals doesn't always provide that cutting edge, but he works hard. Therefore, I think you get away with Aaron Creswell. So I actually sort of that. I think that's probably part of thinking. Haller is the only dodgy one in there, but it's just lack of options, really. Yeah, okay, we could have tried something different, but he was never going to make that much changes. I think this is a really, really strong 11 by us, actually. When I've seen that lineup, I'm probably a bit more confident than I was prior to seeing the official lineup. The bench for West Ham, we'll skim through it because there's 9 of them. There's loads of players on the bench these days. Now we've got Noble, Snodgrass, Balbuena, he's back onto the bench, Antonio, Lanzini, Diop, Randolph, Yarmolenko, and Ben Johnson. A very strong bench.
Yeah, I'm pleased with that.
Right, Everton 11. We'll take a look at the Everton 11 now. A couple of Ancelotti's played a bit of a blinder here. He's got a couple of players available that he made on he didn't have available. And Jordan Pickford is in goal. They've got a back four with Ben Godfrey on the left, Holgate and Mina in the middle, with Seamus Coleman coming in at right back. Centre midfield, they've got Decore and Tom Davies, with Sigurdsson playing in there as well. Bernard on the right. Charlison is fit enough to start for this one. He's on the left. Calvin Lewin up front. However, the talking point for Everton is Ahmed Rodriguez is on the bench. What do you make of that 11, Gonzo?
Well, it's James Rodgers and not James Rodriguez. It's Bernard and not Bernard, and it's Alan and not Alain, and it's Dino, who's the left back that's missing. But aside from that quartet of English players, I like that. They've got a good team, mate. Unfortunately, for them, the left back is a massive position for them there, and to have a centre half playing there is not ideal. Coleman coming back is going to be of some benefit for Decore. A lot of energy in midfield, of course. A lot of just sort of, if he's having on his day, he's a very, very good midfielder, one of the better ones in the Premier League, but he can have an off day. Davis is going to, as I say, play with his head up and graft and put in a shift, and Calvert-Lewin's just wonderful. As we said, wonderful player, great guy. Richarlison, let's hope he's not too fit. Who's on the right? Who's right wing? Oh, Bernard, yeah. Bernard Matthews on the right. Well, we nearly signed him. We were in for him, weren't we? And he decided to go to Everton. I can't blame him particularly, but again, he can blow hot and cold. I mean, this is interesting. They got a lot of craft there, particularly with the likes of Sigurdsson there as well. It's going to be a hard game for us. It is going to be a hard game. There's no doubt about it. but I do feel that, particularly at the start of the season, James Rodriguez and Allen were there, hit the ground running and were causing massive problems for a lot of teams. So those are two big misses for them, certainly. Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin still a massive worry. Haller needs to pull his finger out today, because we need to get, that is still a bit of a makeshift defence. Seamus Coleman's not as young as he once was, who is, but we need to try and get at these players, really, and we really need to work very, very hard today, and we hopefully get a little bit of magic from Ben Rama somewhere along the line. If we can keep it tight, Geo, then we got some good subs to impact the game after about 60 minutes.
Yeah, I think Coleman, I've seen him rush back a couple of times by Ancelotti. There's been a couple of games I've seen him start. After 10, 15 minutes, he's sitting on the ground needing a physio on to see to his hamstring. And I would like to almost see Ben Rama on the left to test Seamus Coleman and just say, come on then. We saw Antonio against Villa when he was rushed back. I assume Seamus Coleman's another hamstring injury because he's had hamstring problems all season. I assume that this is just another one. And if it is, I'd have Ben Rama running at him and saying, are you ready to run? Are you ready to sprint from the word go straight on? Because Antonio felt his very early on in the Villa game, when it came to sprinting race, he stopped. He didn't want to sprint. He didn't want to run. Coleman will, but will it then mean that he's in trouble? Possibly. I'd like to see Ben Rama up against Seamus Coleman, actually, and just say, let's just see how fit you are for this one. A bit of a blow having Richarlison back. I was hoping he wouldn't be 100% fit, but it was more a concussion rather than a muscle problem or that. It was just when he got sandwiched between those two Man United players that caused him problem. So I think Soufal might actually have a different player on his hands today, because Soufal is he's a bit of a, not a bully, but he's got aggression about him. And sometimes if you come up against a hard fullback, the winger almost thinks, oh, I don't really fancy it. They go a bit Felipe Anderson and think, oh, I'm just going to bottle this, actually. You can have the ball now. Actually, he does that against Richarlison. I think he's going to find Richarlison will kick him back and say, come on then, you want to have a fight, we'll have a fight. So I think this is a different player for Soufal, although I'm quite confident Soufal will be okay against him. I think it'll be a good battle between those two. You like your duels, as you call them. And I think you're going to get to see an interesting one between those two. It's a strong Everton team, and I think, like you said, Sebastian Haller needs to do something today. And if he's lacking motivation, he can look at his opposite number on the other side of the pitch and see what he's doing up front for Everton and use him as a little bit of a way as to what to do, how to play a target man role, but also be a bit mobile at the same time, because Dominic Calvert-Lewin does that perfectly. So it'll be good. It'll be good. I'm feeling good about that. I think our defence is there to be got at. I do think that. But, I think looking at that Everton team, I think their centre midfield's there to be got at. I don't think Sigurdsson is as good as he once was. I think he's possibly one of the players that I think Everton fans wouldn't mind seeing leaving and within the next 12 months or something. I don't rate Tom Davies as much as you. I think he's a good player, average Premier League player, but that's it. And while Decoy's got an engine about him and stuff, I've seen him have average games for Everton already. He's only just gone there. He's had some good ones, but he's also had some quite quiet ones. I think actually we can get Ben Rama in the middle, whether he's on the left or in the middle, and he's on form. We get Souček up beside him as well. I think we're causing problems down the middle of the pitch today, actually. I think when we play narrow, I think that's where we can get our success. It's not often I say that. I often like to see the ball getting put wide in the game, stretched and stuff. But I think we can go down the middle today. I think we'll have a little bit of room, if you like. You happy? Happy with both teams?
Yeah. No, I'm not happy with the Everton team because it's better than I thought it would be. So, but then the West Ham team is better than I thought it would be, certainly. And I just wonder if David Moyes has learned his lesson from the Brighton game with not having enough attacking intent on there. So at least I feel now, I mean, it's only 3, isn't it? Let's be fair. I don't think you can count Souček because he will get forward and he will win headers and he may well get a goal in this game, but he's not an attacking player throughout the game. But I felt we were at least 1 too few, even for David Moyes. So at least now we got Haller, we got Bowen, and we got Ben Rama. And I'm particularly going to be looking forward to seeing how Ben Rama and Bowen link up on this one. That's going to be very, very interesting, actually. And it gives us a little something. We got nobody electric. They will have more possession than us, but it gives us a little bit of something on the counter attack. So as I say, keep it tight until substitution time. And then we might have a chance if they're not gone by that. But let's not forget Calvert-Lewin, pulled our pants down and gave us a damn good seeing to in the cup earlier this season, didn't he? Very naughty boy.
Anyway, live chat. We're going to turn to you in a minute to get your comments, your score predictions, your thoughts on the Everton lineup, your thoughts on the West Ham lineup. Doesn't matter who you support. Just get them in, and we'll get them on the screen. We'll have a little discussion about your opinions, if you like. But we're going to put a little bet together now, Gonzo. What are you fancying today? What are you fancying? For those in the live chat that don't know, we're going to stick a fiver on, just a fiver. We're not rich. We're going to stick a fiver on, and if it wins, we're going to give one of you guys the winnings. We'll tell you how to enter in just a second. But what we're chucking in.
What do we chuck? Both teams will score in this one, Geo. I think that's fair to assume. I bet if you... I mean, wouldn't it just... Do you know what? I think we've got to put a bit of faith in Ben Rama here.
Oh.
All right? I think we've got to put a bit of faith in Ben Rama. I'm going to stop saying Souček to score, which is almost be safe bet, because I'm bound to be right at some point. Why don't we do a bit of Ben Rama to score in this one?
Okay, whacking in Ben Rama to score. Yeah, done. Do you still fancy a draw?
I do.
Okay, we'll put a draw in because we both think that. So we'll put a draw in there. So both teams score. Ben Rama score. A draw. And let me just see what the odds are when I whack in this little man to be booked. You know what? I'm doing it. I'm putting Tom Davies to be booked in there. I think Ben Rama is going to cause him and Decoy a little bit of running in there. And I think Davies is the type of person who look to stamp his authority in the game pretty quickly. And if he's got to go through Ben Rama at some point to say, you don't get to come to Goodison Park and play football, I think he'll do it. And that's not a bad thing. That's not dismissive of Ben Rama. I remember West Ham doing that not long ago. I think it was Mark Noble against someone skillful. Someone did a few step overs, and Mark Noble just went absolutely. It was Hazard. Hazard did some step overs, and Noble just went absolutely through him and took a yellow card. You could see Noble looking at him when he was on the deck, thinking, "No, you don't get to do that here, boy." And I think football lacks a bit of that. To be honest with you, I think football lacks someone willing to take a yellow card in order to control authority of the pitch. If you want, too much respect in football. All hugging, all kissing. I sound like Roy Keane.
Too much. Handshakes before the game. I'd do like a pinch or a dead arm or like a Chinese burn. Can we say that? We like to say Chinese burn.
Even just you might offend the fans. You better watch. You've got you need some scowls or something going on before the game.
Yeah.
Right.
A Glasgow kiss.
Something like that. Right, this one's quite big actually. It's 75-1 this one, so it's £380 if this wins going to someone. Well, we have two winners, so it'll be 190 each.
Or should we just take the money?
I think we should take the money.
Absolutely. No, do two winners. Two winners is good.
Two winners, and we'll round out. We'll chuck in some of our own coffers and make it £200 each. £200 each, so two winners. The phrase Gonzo's thinking of. The bet is both teams to score. The result will be a draw. So 1-1, 2-2, 3-3. It's not going to be 4-4. If Saïd Ben Rama score a goal, Tom Davies get yellow carded. £200 cash, two winners. To enter, please, in the live chat, put the phrase
pulling Haller's finger out.
Pulling Haller's finger out. If you type in the live chat, pulling Haller's finger out, get into live chat, you're entered. And if that bet wins, we're giving someone £200. Right. Also, in the live chat, this is going to be a bit messy, but I'm going to do my best. Get your thoughts in. Your thoughts on West Ham lineup there.
Don't just think it. Don't just think it, because we won't be able to know what you're thinking. You actually have to type your thoughts, Geo.
Yeah, everybody's thinking about pulling Haller's finger out at the minute.
Why don't they just? I've been thinking about it for the last 10 minutes.
I'm clicking on this one because everyone's entering at the minute. But Arthur says he would prefer Johnson to Alfornicator. That's your fault. And play with 5 at the back. Would you prefer that, Gonzo, or are you happy with the 4?
Look, I think Johnson is harsh. Oh, not harsh. I don't want to say harsh. Harsh is used too much recently. He might feel a little bit aggrieved after his goal and a man of the match performance. Johnson, he's not featured in the team since. I would have liked to have seen him play. Arthur, I don't mind this formation, though, mate. And let's be fair, El Fornicador, my friend, I thought he played very, very well in the last game. And it seems when El Fornicador plays well, the West Ham play well.
Sophie Allen would have played 5-3-2 as well. Ben Rama, Cam Ali, and Antonio. I think it's too early to start him. But if he was fully fit, that's a formation I wouldn't mind seeing at some point, to be honest with you. It does. The problem with that is it does expose the midfield a lot because Benrahma ain't going to get back. So Rice and Souček are basically on their own and they're covering the full width of the pitch. I know we've got the wing backs and stuff, but when we play the 3-5-2, Finals is in there and Bowen's in there because they get back. They make it like a 4-5-1 when we're defending. What are you laughing at?
Just people typing, putting Heller's finger out. This is a mad concept that that you've come up with to make people type rude stuff in the chat.
They are a bit naughty, aren't they?
No, they are. I don't know why I even thought of something so disgusting.
Yeah, someone would think you're maybe misleading them, Gonzo. Connor says 3-1 West Ham tonight. And apparently Antonio will be getting more minutes. I mean, I think that would be one of the Moyes' priority. If you ask David Moyes, what's your priority? Win the game. What's your second priority? A clean sheet. What's your third priority? Getting Antonio on the pitch for 10 minutes at the end or something. Abdullah thinks that it's not a great Everton team. Bernard, Davies. What do you call Sigurdsson then? What's your English way of saying Sigurdsson? Are you just sticking with Sigurdsson? You happy with that?
Ziggy, just Ziggy. Call him Ziggy, I think.
Okay. Injury prone Coleman. You don't think it's a great? I disagree. I think that is a good Everton team. It's not their best, but I still think it's really good.
Yeah. Do we call Davies or something?
Benny 10 says that he thinks that Benrahma's going to score 2. And Gary Smithhurst says 2-0 Everton, the back four still whatism.
Well, yeah, Gary, but I mean, I think you got to reward people. I've just criticised, probably David Moyes for not putting Johnson in after man of match performance. Dawson did a man of match performance. He deserves it. What worries me slightly, the Everton one, is particularly when we look at Bernard being put in there. He's not a traditional winger. You think they've got more traditional wingers, they're going to cross it more. This way they go through the middle, and that's slightly more of a worry than the crosses coming over and us heading it out. So going to be interesting. But I think Declan Rice is going to have to be watchful today.
Yeah, Irish Tommy says seeing Everton's midfield's giving him hope. He thinks we will upset them today. He's going for 2-1. I have to agree. I say the Everton midfield 3. I think Bernard's a really good player. I think Richarlison's fantastic. Decore, yeah, he can do the box-to-box thing, but the other two in there, Sigurdsson's... I used to love Sigurdsson. That's the thing. When they signed him for 40 million or whatever it was, I would have loved to have spent 40 million on Sigurdsson. At the time, he was the best set-piece taker in the league. Him and that Swansea striker, was it Michu at the time? No, it wasn't, was it? It was Llorente. Llorente was the one banging it in because then he went to Spurs and did nothing.
The massive geezer.
Yeah, it was Llorente, weren't it? He
was about 6 foot 15 when he was something. He was massive.
I think it was Llorente anyway. Anil says he's glad that Fornals is playing as well as Benrahma. Is quite hopeful of getting something out of the game. Clayton Dawson got rewarded with a start in the senior team after performing poorly on 23s. I mean, that's the only thing I find a bit frustrating. Dawson's getting rewarded tonight for his performance against Southampton. Rightly so, I think. But Ben Johnson's reward for playing really well against Brighton was back on the bench. So I think that's the only thing that's a bit inconsistent. I do think it's if Ben Johnson's 26, he would be starting the last game or tonight. I'm convinced of it. I don't think you'll be able to change my mind.
Maybe I think a large part of it is down to, I think it was just a regular fullback, fine, but I think so much of our creativity comes from Aaron Cresswell. That's probably the biggest factor in there. If Aaron Cresswell didn't take set pieces, I think Johnson would be in, but particularly at the amount of height we got in the team, particularly Souček, the Souček special, you've got to have someone that can put that delivery in, and so that's why I think Cresswell plays as much as he does.
Matthew says he'll be very happy with a point against the foreign side. Will you be very happy with a point after you've seen the lineups?
Yeah, I would be happy. I would be happy with a point because, as I say, that would take us to 24 points from 17 games. And it would be, but I don't want one now. I'm not feeling a lot of love for the point, but it would be a good result against a very good team. It would be a good result. A win would be magnificent against a very good team and would obviously give us more than 24 points. I'll let you do the maths yourself. But yeah, I guess I would take a point. But I don't want to watch a boring game. I'll take a point and watch a humdinger, thank you.
Yeah, I think it depends on that, really, because if it was a bit like Brighton was a point, but we were awful. So I don't want to see that. But we can play well and get the point. I mean, am I happy at the point in theory? In principle, I am, yes, but it very much depends how we get there and stuff. Gary's big night for Ben Rama needs to put in a performance and cement a place. I do think he's the one player actually that really needs a really good game tonight.
It's like a trial game. It's like a probationary game for him. Absolutely. I mean, you talk. Was it Clayton said about Dawson there? The thing about Dawson is Moyes had already made up his mind that he likes Dawson. Moyes is undecided yet whether he likes Johnson. Moyes thinks that he doesn't look quite like Ben Rama. So these players have to do more to prove it to him. It's like I said, whatever, when I made the comment during the week about once you've decided something, you need to see at least 3 examples against your way of thinking, whereas you only need 1 example to confirm it. So I think he is massively on probation. It's very, very difficult when you are on probation for anything, on any job or anything. You can't make a mistake. You can't slip up. I don't think it puts you in the best mindset, particularly when your job is to be creative. I think if you're a defender, for instance, and you're unsure, well, actually, all you've got to do is win a tackle and then hoof it into row Z. I think it's fine. I think if basically every dribble's got to come off, doesn't it? And I think when you've got that much pressure on you, as Ben Rama has, it almost might force you to play it safe. And we don't want him to play it safe. I don't want him to play it safe. He's going to have to create some spark. But come on, drifting in off the left, curling it into the top corner with his right foot. Bit of that today.
Jake says, talking set pieces, has been annoyed recently when we keep playing short balls to defeat, leaving our massive slow team in the box. I completely agree. I don't want to see any short set pieces tonight. It infuriates me the last couple of games. I keep moaning about on the reviews, and I'm fed up moaning about on the reviews, but I will.
So moan about it in the preview. We're moaning about it in the build-up. Or whatever else it's called. The special supercalifragilisticexpialidocious build-up. What was it called?
What was it? I can't remember what I called it. Build up to a good game, I think I called it.
Super duper.
Something like that. I forgot about it. I forgot already. But I agree though. If I see that tonight, I'm gonna go mental. It's like the when Antonio kept getting everyone in the box for a long throw and throwing it short to Alex Caswell. But what are you doing? Just you're gonna take it. You're gonna get the centre backs up for a long throw. You've got to throw it in. You can't just go short and then leave our team exposed on the halfway line. So I think tonight we've got to get them in the box, or just don't take the big boys up. If you're going to play it short and you're going to try and do something else, and you've got
sounds like a fighting name, doesn't it, Jake Rumble? Like a wrestling one.
Maybe I wonder if Rumble's his real name.
Never know, dear. Sounds fearsome. I've got to say, fearsome.
Yeah. Anyway, keep putting your comments up. I keep missing them. I can only click on one at a time. There's been other ones I want to almost add to like a list, so I can just bring them in, but they keep disappearing up, and I don't really know how to. I don't know if you can do that or not.
Can I do? I can do it as well. Oh,
what you can't?
I think I can click on a comment. Hold on. So,
I don't like this. You being able to click on things.
Jake Rumble.
Oh Christ! Right, here we go. Ben Glander, he says no Dean is huge for us. Calvert-Lewin is very reliant on crosses, and them not having the best player to do that is huge. I have to agree with that, to be fair. Seamus Coleman will help them out. Ben Godfrey, I've seen, he's actually not bad at getting forward, Ben Godfrey, but the problem is he's right-footed playing left-back. So he sort of gets 2/3 down the pitch and sort of panics a little bit. Like, he doesn't really know what to do. And then he knows what he should do, which is cross it, but he can't do it. So he has to go backwards. And so I think that's a very good point. Not having Ahmed Rodriguez as well to whip it in is... I see you didn't click on this one, Gonzo.
Myself and Philippe.
That's not nice, is it? That's not Your Majesty. That's not nice. Hold on a second. Where's me Pipeless podcast? He's gone. Oh, there he is. Hold on. Right, this is it. I like this one. Where's he gone? What? Hold on. You've taken control. You've stolen, Captain. You've stolen control of the helm. You've stolen control. Where is it? I like this one. It's like a pipe. Like a pipe, isn't it? Where's my pipe? Pipeless podcasts. No pipes in these podcasts. What's he want? Fear of pace. Yeah, not quite enough on the counter attack. You can have control now. I like Pipeless podcasts. I think that's the best name I've ever heard of a podcast.
Stephen and Lisette Broomfield, is Diop a report? I wonder if their subscription feed's completely messed up if they share a YouTube account. I'm assuming that's Stephen and his missus.
Oh,
His missus must go on there to look at like makeup stuff, and then we must pop up. She must think, fucking.
Oh, Stephen might look at makeup stuff.
Maybe it's Lisette that's commenting. We're just assuming it's Stephen.
Yeah, of course Lisette's commenting. Stephen's.
That's very sexist of me. I'm very sorry about that.
Stephen's watching YouTube. He's learning how to make the perfect batter for a toad in the hole. Lisette's watching.
I have to apologise. It's 21 now. We cannot be having this sexual assumptions. I can only apologise. Anyway, Diop now our fourth choice centre back.
Yes.
No. What's your but?
You interrupt. I got control. I'll boot you off the stream for interrupting. Not you, Lisette. Geo, I'm talking about. I really liked what somebody said. Maybe Ian Wilkins said it. Maybe I've got that right. When he said maybe as a COVID thing, maybe he's not fully recovered from COVID yet. And the more I look into it, the more that is a real consideration, because a lot of people, when they get it, even if they don't quite fully, they're still lethargic for quite some time and haven't got the full energy levels. There might be something in that. But I think at the moment he is our fourth choice centre half. Yes.
I don't know. I think Dawson had a good game against Southampton, but I think Southampton played into Dawson's hands. Southampton kept crossing, which is Dawson's strength. Hopefully tonight, Everton will continue to cross it with Calvin-Lewin. I do think he's up against someone better in the air. Ings and Che Adams are all right in the air, I guess, but Dominic Calvin-Lewin is one of the best in the air, not just with his heading, but with his movement as well. So we've got a real test tonight. If they get the crosses tonight, we've got a real test. It's going to take me, this is me being stubborn in my opinion of Dawson prior to seeing him in the last game. It's going to take me more than one game to think that Dawson's now a good centre-back for West Ham. I think he had a really good game, but I'm still of the opinion he's not good enough for West Ham. But I'm obviously willing to have my opinion change, and it's an important thing. When you get more data, you change your mind. I've got data from one game so far. I need a lot more. What are you sniggering at? If you saw something you want to put on the screen?
No, Craig is mischievous like me. As soon as it came up, I thought he's our fifth. He's quite right. You can take control back now. I like that.
Well, I can't because you pushed it. Now my live chat went pinging down to the bottom. And the comment I was ready to click on is now far too far back. It's what happens when the OEP gets involved.
What's that, young man?
Right, Pot Noodle. He would have liked to have seen Lanzini in Fornals. Could you imagine the service Alio would get from Benrahma, Bowen, and Lanzini?
I wouldn't pass it to him. If I was Lanzini, never mind if I was Lanzini, if I was me, I am me. I am me. And if I was on that pitch and good enough, I am good enough to play football, and I am me. And if I got selected for the team, I wouldn't pass to Haller. So get out of the way. I'm having a shot. There's no point passing to you. That's what I'd say.
Yeah, I think it's not so much the service. It is a lack of service to some extent, but it's the way we set up as well. You can have three players capable of whipping in a good cross, but there's still no one playing next to Sebastian Haller. You're still going to have the same problem. You're still going to have the ball getting pung into him and no one around him for him to knock it down or anything like that. So it's not just the service, it's also the second man next to Sebastian Haller. You've got two issues. That would fix one, but I do think there's another issue there which that wouldn't fix unless you change something a little bit.
What do you think Pot Noodle's happening in Pot Noodle's picture?
I think it's someone dragging someone's hair, but only after a good old.
Do you think that's not Stephen and Lisette, is it, in that picture?
I think it is Stephen telling Lisette to get her own YouTube account.
Absolutely.
Get the hell out of my get my subscription fee. Get up with these West Ham boys.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Just want mascara tips.
My mascara's dropped right down the feed. Yeah.
Bloody hell, I'm making good eyeshadow for New Year's with all this going on. Well, I'm definitely not calling it build up to a good game because this is the. Here we go. Here's Woody. We'll round this off soon. Woody, if I was me, is this the level of tactical analysis?
It is me. You are you, Alan. Well, you're not Woody. You're Alan. Yes, it's exactly.
Fantastic contribution. Fantastic contribution there. I think that's
never make Carol Vorderman on Countdown. I'll tell you that.
I think he's trying to tell us what Welsh town he lives in.
He certainly is. Yes.
It's maybe the latest Slavia Prague player we're linked with.
It is indeed. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Whatever. Even though that's how it's written, it's still pronounced Sue at the start.
Do you think there will be a clean sheet tonight? No,
Um,
we've done both teams are scoring.
no, yeah, no, they can't be. They can't be.
I don't think there's going to be a clean sheet in Pot Noodle's picture either. To be
No,
honest with
no.
you. Didn't look like a clean sheet was happening there. Anyway, right, Gonzo, we need to wrap this up. Charlie's waiting.
I've got to go to the toilet.
Score prediction, please. What's your final score prediction?
1-1. I said 1-1. I'm sticking with 1-1. That's how it's going to be.
I'm sticking with 1-1 as well. Charlie's coming live. Don't go anywhere. Charlie's coming live with a watch along. In future, we're going to try and get the watch along a little bit more interactive. So you can stick around, have a little look, see what you think, and see when you get involved. Myself and Gonzo will be live at full time with a review. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And Gonzo, I shall see you in a little bit.
See you in a little bit.